Colin Farrell, very good morning to you.
Very good morning to you,
Can I
Amanda
say you're a jammy young man?
I am very
because
jammy.
From the days we go back way back, and from the days we were about that, you know, you just went from strength to strength to strength. I mean, did you always want to act? Because
not really, no. I mean,
you went from a stage of just kind of doing not
line dancing.
Exactly.
Line dancing, any old commercial I could get my hands on,
Yeah.
Morrow commercial. I know, I started about 5 years ago, and it's just been very lucky. Just been very lucky. I mean, my brother made a joke the other day that all the actors in America must have the flu. Because I got offered another part last week doing a film called Jesse James. I'm going to do that in about 4 weeks, and I just finished Tigerland, so...
Well, you started off in the Gaiety.
Yeah. No, I started off in the National Performing Arts School in Ringsend.
Right.
I did about 6 months of work there with a guy called Conal Carney. And then I went to the Gaiety for a year, and I dropped out after the first year.
Funny that.
Funny that.
Never wanted to stay in any
not
one
really
place
my thing.
for...
35-hour week.
Goodness. And then you went to theatre?
And then, I landed Falling for Dancer for the BBC. I did that for 4 months down in Castletown Bear, and then Ballykissangel. And then, it's mad, yeah. It's
I know.
mad.
Falling for Dancer was the big break, though, Colin.
That was the big one, yeah. That was because I went to the Gaiety School of Acting for a year, Danny McCarthy.
Danny McCarthy.
And I went to the Gaiety School of Acting for a year, and I left that after the first year, and thank God I got that gig, because I went straight from the Gaiety School of Acting into that.
That was an incredible shop window for you, wasn't it?
Unbelievable, yeah. And a great blast as well. I mean, it was my first gig, my first proper job, so I was working with great people. I was living down in the arsehole of nowhere, drinking pints 7 nights a week, and I was getting up very early for work and working hard and drinking hard. Yeah. But great people down there. I mean, it'd still be my favourite place in the whole world, Castletown Bear.
Didn't do Liam Cunningham any harm either. I mean, everybody seems to have come out very well out of that, doesn't it?
Yeah, Mossy Sheehan. What's he doing now, actually?
He's been on television with A Love Divided, and he's made, I think, at least 2 more movies in the last year.
Yeah, he's a great actor, Liam. He's a great actor. I haven't seen him in a while, actually.
What about Ballycay?
That was a blast, yeah. Yeah, last year was a bit of a bummer because Birdie passed, as you know, Birdie Sweeney, who played my uncle. Lord rest him. So as soon as Birdie passed, the job was kind of, I was still there, but the job was kind of over for me. So I finished the 2 years, but it was a great experience. I mean, it was all just learning me trade.
Some of the young women around the office felt that they didn't make enough of you in Ballykissangel.
Really?
that's right, actually. They said that this morning.
Yes, they said that this morning.
Did they?
Why isn't there more of him in it?
There's more Razor than there was of me horse. Would you he'd a better CV starting the job?
What did they say about not working with children and animals? You had the horse.
I had the horse.
Horsey.
Horse.
Do you like horses?
I don't mind them. I'm partial, yeah. I'd be into a bit of bareback every now and then.
Excuse yourself, please. Ordinary Decent Criminals. Kevin Spacey, what was he like to work with? Oscar nominee, winner?
Yeah,
don't destroy my illusions, though, because
he loves Kevin Spacey.
He was fine. I mean, the work itself was good crack, and most of the crack we had were, again, for some reason, in the pubs after the work, and we did laugh. The guys that made the job for me were the 2 Scottish actors, David Heyman and Peter Mullen, were fantastic to work with, and they were great crack. And then I met Paul Ronan, who played Spacey's brother in it there the other day in the pub, and he's in great form. We had a laugh.
I've been
so lucky. I've been so lucky all the jobs I've done. I really haven't had much bullshit.
Well, we were just
crap
saying
to deal with.
You've not even seen the final cut
of
Ordinary Decent
Criminals.
I haven't. No. I'll have to say yours was the best Irish accent in the whole movie.
Come on. What are you drinking? What are you drinking?
Oh, good. So tell us, how did you get into Hollywood? And I mean, obviously that's every actor's dream.
Absolute jam rag again. My Dublin agent Lisa Cook I had contacts with CAA over in Los Angeles, and she made a call, and one of the agents was in Rome seeing Jude Law. He was doing The Talented Mr. Ripley, and he stopped off in Dublin on the way back to LA, and I got him very drunk, and we had a little smoke, and he signed me that night. I swear to God, he signed me that night. Now, he was still in control. I'm not pretending like I had the better of him. He was in control. But he signed me that night on the off chance that we might get a bit of work, and I went over to LA and auditioned and schmoozed and did all that kind of crap.
Because there aren't that many young Irish actors over there at the minute. I mean,
not at the moment, but there's, you know, Jonathan Rhys-Meyers and Jason Barry, there's a few that are going back and forth, and I mean, I think they're just looking for fresh faces, basically, you know. And I did an American accent for Tigerland. I did a Texan accent, so...
Oh, how's your Texan?
Brutal. We'll see. I can see myself spending a lot of time in the studio.
So what was it like working with this new movie, Tigerland, Joel Schumacher?
Yeah.
What was he like?
No, I would tell you, or I would say nothing. He was a dream. He was an absolute gentleman, and he just great storyteller and made everyone feel completely at ease. And I mean, the director obviously always pretty much sets the standard, especially in a job like this, because there was no, I mean, Thaddeus, would set the standard a certain amount in Ordinary Decent Criminal, but Spacey, being as big and as powerful as he was, would have a lot to do with what the buzz and the vibe was like on the set. But with something like this, where there was a cast of unknowns in Tigerland, Schumacher set the standard for what the buzz was, and it was a blast. It was a 6-week shoot. A bunch of young lads in 1971 in a boot camp in New Orleans before they go over to Vietnam, and just the fact that they realise that they're just going over to die. and how they deal with it.
How hard is that for an Irish actor? Because the whole going to war Vietnam experience for Americans, it's part of their culture. It's like us in 1916 and all the rest. So how do you relate to that, or how do you get inside the mind of that?
I don't know. I mean, basically, I did as much research as I could. You know, I read a bit and I watched footage and all that kind of stuff. And I was living and working with 25 American boys at my age, so you know, I was listening to them a lot. But you kind of think at the end of the day, it is a human thing. I mean, talking about the politics of it and talking about Nixon and Lyndon Johnson, all that kind of stuff, and should we have fought or should we not, should they have fought or should they have not have, I didn't even want to get into that. I did one of those EPK electronic press packets for it, and I was asked, you know, what's your stance on the Vietnam War? And I said, I'm Irish. I ain't getting into that crap. There's no way. I ain't burning any bridges. I'd have my own ideas on it, but you just think it's a human thing as well. It's just bottom line, it was a lot of young men were going over to die, and okay, you could say the chances are they shouldn't have been there, and they shouldn't have certainly been there at that stage in 1971. And in the script that we did, being 71, they knew at that stage that the war was over, that there was not a chance, that these guys had tunnel systems all over Vietnam, and they had no hope. It was an ambush. The Vietnam were coming out, killing them, getting back under their tunnels, and the Americans had no chance. So in 1971, the whole country, it was the peace movement, everyone was having sex, the pill was found for the first time. I mean, America was just going nuts, and that's what we're going. So we're missing all the crack, and we're going over to die. So you could kind of break it down into very simple things and stay away from the politics of it all, because at the end of the day, these are 19 or 20-year-old boys.
You got the Hollywood experience.
Yeah.
You know, is that a completely different world to anything an actor on this side of the ocean?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, Los Angeles is a funny old place, and it is what it is, and it exists.
Just back from La La Land.
La La Land, yeah. I mean, it exists for one reason, and that's the movie industry. It keeps it alive, and everyone's either an actor, or a writer, or a producer, or a director. So I mean, I couldn't live there for too long. I could stay there if I was working, but I was lucky enough that this thing was shooting in Florida. So we were, again, it was like an American equivalent to being down in Castletown Bear. It was the Bible Belt. You know, it was just down-home, decent people that we were surrounded by all the time.
Colin, I mean, a lot of people say that, but if you were offered to go back again and again and again and again for more Hollywood blockbusters, surely you'd take the part and you'd have to end up moving over there. I mean, it's not something that you'd sit back and say, no, I'm never going to get sucked into that world.
No, I mean, for sure. When I finished Tigerland, I stayed there for 2 weeks, and I did a shitload of meetings. And what I'll do is I'll go back over and I'll do meetings for 3 weeks, a block of them, 6 meetings a day, and I'll get my head so far up my ass, and I'll think by the end of it, oh, I'm the most boring person in the world, because you just end up sitting down talking about yourself constantly all day, every day, which gets quite dull. At least now I'm in a stage where I did the block of general meetings, so now it's more specific stuff, and if I'm going for it, it's more auditions and stuff. But I'll be back and forth. There's no way. I mean, I just bought the cottage out in Irishtown. Did you know that? I told you that age ago. Yeah, I bought a little cottage out in Irishtown after Ballykissangel.
Oh, lovely.
It's a small little cottage. My brother and my sister.
Now, is it?
No, my sister. I can't get rid of my sister.
Because all the girls on the floor want to know, is it a bachelor pad or are you taken?
No, I can't get rid of my family. I can't get rid of my family at all. Eviction notices are on the way, sister. But
when can we see Tigerland?
I don't know. Hopefully I'll get to see it this time before all you lot. I'd say they're talking about Cannes. I was talking to Schumacher 2 nights ago, and he said that he has it down to 150 or an hour and 50 minutes already, and he's going to take maybe 3 or 4 minutes off. So they're nearly finished the damn thing. I don't know. But they're talking about Cannes, so hopefully 6 weeks, maybe 7 weeks.
Well, this ain't the end for you. This is up and up from here on in. Watch this space,
thanks
everybody.
for having me.
Colin Farrell. Pleasure.
Thanks
Good to see you again.
Thanks,
Alrighty.
No.